So we know the issues, we know about energy, we know about the border, we know Joe Biden doesn't know what he's doing. We know all that, we get all that. But why do this? Why do this here tonight with Legacy PAC? Because there's a whole lot of people who have the passion to save this country who need help getting off the ground.
The purpose of Legacy PAC is to save America. That's our mission. That's what we really want to do because America is worth saving.
I am by trade, I'm a cybersecurity engineer. Okay, so this is my first run in politics. We need more conservative Republicans standing up and fighting for the Constitution.
We're an America First PAC, and we want to promote and help our up-and-coming candidates, and we're going to be holding the line for President Trump.
I joined the Army at 17 years old. My first day at my first unit, which was 25th Infantry, was September 10th, 2001. So the next day was 9/11. And I spent about a total of a decade between Iraq and Afghanistan in country. So my country means everything to me. When I realized that if people like myself who don't want to be politicians don't start stepping up and taking these seats, that nothing's going to change, then I said, okay, I'll do it.
Who deserves to lead the people of this country more than those who serve this country? So I'm behind every one of them. So let's make sure we get more veterans into power. I'm all for it.
Remember why you're involved. We have to make sure people remain humble and not engage in self-glorification. You are here for one reason, and that is to save the country. Period. End of story.
And for those candidates who are looking uphill and wondering how, keep your head down, focus on the target, and outwork everybody. And I promise you, you're not gonna lose. You're either gonna win on election night or you change the game on election night. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much, Legacy PAC.
Thank you, Legacy PAC.
And Stan, where's Stan? Stan is with Veterans for Trump.
Thank you, Martha.
Thank you all. We're honored. I know there are so many organizations represented here today.
You're saying here too much, but you're going to do very well. And I just had somebody write down. First of all, James and Sarah Pritchard, thank you very much. Yes, great job. Thank you. We appreciate all the help. Stanley and Donna Fitzgerald.
Right here, sir.
Thank you very much. It's great. It's great that you're with us. Mike Acton.
Okay. Hi, this is Stan Fitzgerald, Veterans for Trump and Legacy PAC. I'm here with Greg Ford, who is running for South Carolina Statehouse, District 98. Good morning, Greg. How are you today?
Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. Greg, you are a veteran and you are running against an incumbent. Can you please tell us a little bit about your military service and what the position you're running for in South Carolina?
Absolutely, sir. I just retired in 2017 from the Air Force, just under 21 years. I was a crew chief starting out, went over to air crew, flew on a C-17, and participated in quite a few of the major operations over the last several years. Retired in 2017, went off and worked in the Nuclear Command and Control Communication, NC3, at Barksdale, Louisiana, in the nuclear program as a program manager. And then since left that and become a farmer, and we raise horses here in the state of South Carolina.
Well, we do love horses. Greg, I understand the incumbent is very soft on crime, and that's an understatement. So one of the things you're going to be working on at the state capitol when you get there is our crime policies. Tell us a little bit about the incumbent and his policies on crime.
One of the bills he sponsored and authored last cycle that I ran against him was a bill that actually reduced sentencing for methamphetamines, trafficking, and manufacturing here in the state of South Carolina. And in addition to that, it added LSD or any of the hallucinogenic drugs to it, to where there's not going to be any sort of a criminal prosecution portion of it, or minimum sentencing. And then to further that, he authored and sponsored a bill. He's the only Republican that actually was on the bill to release criminals that are serving a life sentence. As long as they're not on death row, they can be released back into society. I believe it was under the 10% or 10 years. There was something in there with 10. I need to go look at the exact number, but it could be a rapist, it could be a murderer, it could be, whoever. If they were on a life sentence and not on death row, they could be released back into society.
We have a gentleman who is claiming to be a Republican, but his policies are clearly liberal, and so liberal that he's ready to let murderers and rapists back out in the street. So in our opinion, at our organization, I mean, he is a threat to the safety of the people in your community.
Absolutely.
By letting out prisoners that are violent. Greg, we need to help you on that. So we're going to do it. Greg, along that line with laws and policies that don't make sense to conservatives and prosecutors that are soft on crime, we also have prosecutors that are politically persecuting President Trump and many of my friends here in Georgia. What are your thoughts on that, Greg?
I believe what we're seeing right now is a disgrace, and it completely undermines the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution, where you're offered a right to speedy and fair trial. Our media now has become our jury, judge and jury, and you walk into a court system now potentially guilty until proven innocent, which is not exactly what our founding fathers envisioned. I believe this goes back to the National Defense Act when we come under Obama. I believe it's 2014 or 15, possibly 16, where they added in the actual use of propaganda to the American population. If we can get that out of there, then they also went a little bit further than that and added in, I believe it's Bill 204, 205, I believe is what it is, where they can have media is immune to spreading lies or misinformation to the public. If we can get rid of some of that, I believe we can overcome this. But I completely disagree with not having a fair trial.
Absolutely. And as a state legislator, you could work with your congressional members to affect federal policy. So even though it's not a state issue, there's ways you can help, and it's another reason why the voters should support you. Greg,
Yes, sir.
We backed you last cycle. I understand you're endorsing President Trump for 2024, correct?
Yes, sir.
You and I met in Mar-a-Lago, as a matter of fact. And Greg, can you please tell our viewers where they could go to support you? Because we're going to back your campaign again and issue an official endorsement for the 2024 cycle. So where could people across the country find out more information about you and donate to help?
Yes, sir. Our website is going to be www.votegregford.com. And there's a complete section on there. You can learn about me and what our causes are. And you'll see that we're running for District 98, South Carolina State Representative here in the Charleston, South Carolina area, just north of Charleston in Summerville, South Carolina. Looking forward to, any support we can get. This is a very important race. The incumbent was the judiciary chair for a long time in the state of South Carolina. He held up some of our major conservative legislation, and we have to get this guy whatever we can. We got to reverse our course on our conservative values in our area.
Yes, sir. We certainly do. And Greg, we appreciate you, and we'll talk again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care now.
Have a good one.